Genshin Impact is an amazing game. Good characters, good design, good musics, and overall an enjoyable game for any kind of players. But this game of course is not perfect. There are so many weird logic that doesn't make sense even for quote-unquote it's just a game standard. In this video, we're gonna talk about top 20 weird logics in Genshin Impact that I think so ridiculous it makes no sense. Keep in mind that this is just a fun video to make, no need to get all too serious. Number 1. Why everyone climbing so easily? Every playable characters can climb like they are world climbing champions. Despite some walls or cliffs are just clearly has no grabbing point or holding places. Everyone can just sticking their hands and feet and climbing casually like Spider-Man. It's not gonna be like this easy because it's scientifically impossible. And speaking of climbing, why everyone lose the ability to climb in a domain? It doesn't make any sense, right? You can climb even the most slippery and mossy hills, yet you enter a domain. Everybody lose the ability to climb. You may think maybe domain has something to do that makes them lose their climbing skills, like all that leyline stuffs, but there are clearly at some points, even in domain, you have to specifically climb at something. So why can't I climb most of the time? Number 3, you can obtain wood, but the tree still standing. So what's the science behind this? You somehow got wood by smashing your weapons onto the tree, and it yields 3 pieces of wood. Meanwhile, the tree is still standing. And why specifically only 3 woods? Some trees are clearly smaller, yet also gives you 3 pieces of wood. And speaking of smashing the tree, why Heizou can't get wood from trees? The guy doing melee attacks. Wasn't it long been proven that our forefather punching trees to get woods? If you can get woods by swinging some blunt weapons, Heizou should be able to get woods, right? Number 5. Cooking logic. All the cooking in this game is all about throwing stuffs into a boiling pot of water. Are you telling me that we can grill a steak by dumping it into boiling water? Are you telling me that we can make a whole grilled chicken by boiling 2 drumsticks and a flour? Number 6. Why food can't go stale or rotten despite being in my pocket for months or even years? I have these steaks for years and yet we can still eat this. It's still fresh like it was baked a minute ago. The only logical explanation for this is probably bacteria doesn't exist in Teyvat. Also, we can cook this whole feast of food, yet we can only consume them once in a while, especially the reviving food. And anyway, why the revived foods even exist? So we have health food to replenish health. We have attack food to buff attack. We have defense food to buff defense, and we can only use the revived food only when a character down? What's the point of this type of food, seriously? If your character down, you can just go to Statue of the Seven and revive your character. And you may say, oh, it's for when you're taking a difficult domain or challenge when your characters oftenly die. In the overworld, I can use a healer characters. In domain, I can also use healer characters. And well, yeah, good luck, because certain domains bans you for using this food. Number 8. Catalyst billet. I understand that a sword, claymore, bow, and polearm can be made by blacksmith, but are you telling me that a blacksmith can make a magic book? What are they doing? Blasting the book billet in fire and thumping it with mallet? It doesn't even make any sense. This thing is a book. Or it isn't maybe, because some catalysts are not even look like a book in the first place. Number 9. Why Paimon can't accompany us in-game? Paimon is our companion in travel, right? Yet she only appears when we pause the game. If she is indeed our companion, I think it's better to have an option for us to have her just floating around with us. Instead, Genshin make this. Number 10. Why we need elemental power to obtain something? Why do we need electro power to grab sakura leaves? Why do we need animal power to get dandelion seeds? Why we even need animal power to clean dry leaves? By the way, we're using the same animal power that can pull off enemies in battle. Wasn't it just gonna go everywhere and makes the places even dirtier? Number 11, why most female outfits so toilet unfriendly? So by the recent updates in the storyline, it is confirmed that toilets do exist in Teyvat. But some of the female outfits really bugging me here. Most of them wearing one that can be described as bodysuit, which mostly designed as one-piece clothing. What if they wanna go to toilet quickly? She takes off her whole clothes? That's pretty impractical, isn't it? Number 12, you got less fall damage by falling faster? So I have my 44k HP Kokomi here. So here's no plunge attack. She did. And this with plunge attack. She's still alive, not even a scratch. Plunge attack can make you fall faster, but how can fall faster reduce damage? Even with the extreme height like this, you can still alive with plunge attack. Number 13, why we can't pet animals? Genshin, you giving us these lovely looking dogs and cats and foxes that roaming around the world, or just we can put them in our teapot world. Yet we can't pet them. The character just standing there staring at the dogs. Clearly wanna pet them, but no, nothing. No option to pet. Not even an option to crouch. Please, Hoyoverse, please. Number 14, Decoy Logic. Why are enemies even aggro to Baron Bunny? Like because he's dancing in front of you, taunting you? Well, forget about Baron Bunnies. How about this gun-use flower thing? It's just there. It's not even dancing or anything. It's just a frozen solid ice flower. Yet enemies get angry at them. Maybe it can work against monster enemies. But are you telling me that these well-trained Fatui soldiers or these Eremites mercenaries angry to Baron Bunnies? Number 15. Scorpions yields more meats than boar. What is this? How can the deserts become the best source for meat? How can a scorpion gives you 3 meats while boar only gives you 2? Are scorpions in this world even an insects in the first place? Why the meat identical to that of a boar? Or that of a mammal's meat? Well, we on the topic of food here. Number 16, why killing one bird only gives you 1 drumstick? At least gives me 2 drumsticks, because clearly the bird has 2 legs. Enough about food. Let's talk about the teapot. Number 17, what are the companions do in the Serenity teapot? So I'm glad that we can put our companions in the teapot. Even we can put Paimon in there now. But they're just there, standing, staring, doing nothing. They're not even sitting down on the chair that I provided. Layla, if you're really that tired, just sit on the couch behind you. I have some beds that nobody use. I think teapot can have more variety on what the companions can actually do here. Hoyoverse, if you do watching this video, which I guess you probably don't, and we get the companions that are walking around the area, or maybe able to sit down on the chairs, hell, or even just simply just doing their idle animations. You don't have to add anything new in there. I think that will make so many players happily improve their teapot. For now, it's just a friendship farming ground. Number 18, certain items can only be placed outside. Some items are specifically divided into outdoor and indoor. But why is this Raiden Shogun figure, statue of Her Excellency the Almighty Narukami Ogosho God of Thunder can only be put outdoor? I think it's deserved to be put indoor. What do you guys think? Number 19. How can the sea in Teyvat not dry yet? We have a massive hole in the center of Watatsumi Island, for God's sake, with a whole underground civilization in there. Not to mention this weird sea waterfall in Sumeru here. How can the sea not dry? I believe this happened thousands of years and the sea is still there, the water is still there. How does this even work? Is the seawater even seawater? Is the seawater salty like we have in real life? Number 20. Why do we need money for everything? Literally everything. And this is my final point, because I can understand with leveling up characters, maybe we need Mora to pay for them. But why do you need Mora to upgrade artifacts? Why do we need Mora to craft an items? The problem is, what's the logic behind this? Who do we paying for? Somehow we pay the crafting bench? Somehow the artifacts eat the money? Well, getting Mora is not as hard as getting Primo Gems. You gotta admit, it's still not an easy task to get Mora. A quick Mora also requires resins to claim, so sometimes you got stuck by not being able to level up your artifacts or unable to craft materials because you don't have Mora. What kind of weird logic is that? The materials in hand, and we do all of this by ourselves, right? By our characters. Who do we pay money for? We pay to ourselves? It's just super weird to me. And that's 20 weird logics in Genshin Impact in my opinion. Do you think I missed something? If any, please let me know in the comment section below. Depends on how successful this video is. I probably gonna make the second Genshin Logic video in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.